What's up, guys? This video I'm going to talk about hero trials. With the recent update, everybody's been talking about how difficult hero trials is. Arrow towers really aren't doing a thing, so we need to come up with a different strategy. And it seems the best type of strategy is to use magic towers for the stuns. So you'll have to have high garrisons for it, but it's really for a end game user. It's not for one of the average users. It's for somebody that wants to complete hero trials up to wave 12 if possible. And I think I've come up with a base design that might be possible. You'll see here I've got arrow towers, but that's only because I don't feel like spending the money just to switch them to magic towers. I'm not using this account to test it. I'm only using this account to test the base design. So you see magic towers have 20 range, which is exactly the same as an arrow tower. So what I'm showing you here is the range of arrow towers would be the same as a magic tower. Let's just think that I've got magic towers in this video, even though I don't. It really doesn't matter. But what I'm showing you is the range of the hero bases and the range of the towers. You'll see that they cover a good span of where enemies will walk by. So chances are they're going to be stunned and your heroes will be able to take them out. I use this base because it manipulates the pathing for heroes. It makes them walk the furthest distance without having clutter in the way. It covers all areas of the map. I'll show you later on a couple different spawn points and what will happen. And I used 5 heroes for this, but I would prefer to have 6. You see the patch of flowers there I've got next to Thunder God? I would put a 6th hero base right there, and that keeps them pretty close together. I also had the heroes outside the bottom 2 heroes where Druid and Immortep are. They're outside of the walls, but it didn't really work too well, so I moved them in there, and I think that's better. Anyways, I'll show you a quick clip. Of course, I get Pumpkin Duke, so they're going to absolutely obliterate my base. It's not the best. I wanted melee heroes, but not really a Pumpkin Duke because they're going to walk so fast. But you'll see, assume I had magic towers and they got stunned on the way around there, it would have done pretty good. But of course, these Pumpkin Dukes are insane, so they just blow right through it. I think magic towers is really the only way you can combat those Pumpkin Dukes, and I don't even know if that would be possible. You'd have to get extremely lucky because those magic towers, I think every 2 seconds they stun. So chances are those Pumpkin Dukes are going to run through your base faster than they can get stunned. There's really no base design that can combat those. But really, this base design is meant for the Succubus, Ninjas, Immorteps, Champions. Not so much a Druid, but any of the melee heroes that don't have range. The flying heroes, I don't even care about. Cupid and Reaper, there's really not much you can do about that. And honestly, I'd rather have a base that covers the most amount of heroes. You'll see here I'm switching these wall segments around. You can use either one. It doesn't matter if you choose to open it up there or not. Other wall segments, you can't do that. On the left side of Immortep, you can't move those walls, or the heroes might try to bust through those wall segments. But there, I like to have the open spot for Druid because Druid is ranged and it can tuck inside of that little gap there and stay safe behind the walls. But for a melee hero like Immortep, I like it closed so he can jump over the wall and attack other heroes. But honestly, I think 2 ranged heroes is the best option for that bottom. And then have the melee heroes in the top section that I've got there where the ninja is. Alright, and there you see I'm just taking it from 2 different angles, from the left side and from the right side, to show you that both pathing works. They don't try to bust through the walls on the left side or the right side of that bottom tower. I'll show you the other segments also. The right tower and the top left tower. They're both fine. Everything that I tested, regular melee heroes do not bust through the walls. I don't really care about Druid. Yeah, they'll range your towers. So that's a wave that you're going to have to sacrifice, where the typical base probably could handle Druid, since it's one of the easier ones, but this one is designed to have the most ground covered. So this is probably going to have the best chances to get you far. And this is for Town Hall level 16. So I've only got 160 walls, and there's one wall segment left over. You can see that segment's in between Druid and Immortep there. So here you see they walk around. It takes quite a while just to walk around that, and it works for all 3 sections. I prefer this over the Death Box because it's best for waves that come from scattered directions. If everyone came from the same direction like Here Be Monsters, then the Death Box works great. But I prefer this for Hero Trials, assuming that the Magic Towers work. And I would love for somebody to test that out. And you'll see here I'm trying the last drop zone approach. And this tower is also safe. They do not decide to go through the walls. So, I'd like your feedback. I'd like somebody to test this out. I have a good feeling this might work. Of course, if you add walls and add another tower, I guess the other tower would go somewhere in the middle, and you would have to move the hero bases accordingly. But overall, just extend the walls out a little bit further, and you could manipulate the pathing even more than before. So it might be a nice base to try. Alright guys, well let me know what you think, and if you try it out, please post a video. I'd love to see it. I'd love some feedback. If you've got any advice, I'd like